Hi everyone, this is Learning with Linda, and today I bring you Social Security updates. Well guys, as we all know, Social Security is going to be a very hot topic for 2024 given that it is also an election year, and so every politician will be touching on this topic. All of them have very different views and very different opinions as to how we should be moving forward. So here today I bring you 5 potential changes that could happen to Social Security in 2024. We're also going to be touching a little bit on the COLA increase that is set to start on December 29th, which remember guys, this would be the date where SSI recipients would be receiving their first payment of 2024. I'm also including in this video the Social Security payment schedule that's going to run from January all the way to December. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video to ensure that you receive this information. Now, before we get started, if you're interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP, p-ebt, and everything in between, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below. Now let's get right to it. So as I mentioned previously, all candidates for 2024 or politicians have very different views when it comes to what to do with Social Security. As we all know, Social Security is set to run out in 2034. Some say that there's not going to be enough funds for it by that time. And then, some politicians are talking about reforming Social Security or even putting cuts, while others want to do increases when it comes to benefits, right? So the 2024 election could be a big year for Social Security reform. Social Security has long been known as the third rail of U.S. politics, meaning that proposals to reform the program are usually political suicide. Now, some 2024 candidates have hinted again about reforming or even cutting Social Security, putting them in the crosshairs of older American voters who could have a big say in who controls Congress. Now, in addition to this, President Joe Biden is under pressure to expand Social Security benefits next year, a move that would be popular among voters and could deliver a win to the Democrat as he campaigns for re-election. Now, a new AARP survey of 1,200 likely voters in competitive congressional districts found that voters 50 and older will be deciding voter bloc in 2024. So majorities of voters age 50 plus call Social Security / Medicare extremely or very important in deciding their vote for next November. So one of the changes that could happen in 2024 would be a Social Security increase. Again, I want to focus highly on what could happen in 2024. And so one of the bills that is sitting in Congress as of right now would be the Social Security Expansion Act. And this was actually submitted by Senator Bernie Sanders. Now, under the terms of the bill, anyone who is currently a Social Security recipient or will turn 62 in 2023 would receive an extra $200 in each monthly check. So this would mean that Social Security recipients could get an additional $2,400 a year in benefits if the bill wins approval. But again, it continues sitting in Congress. Now, the latest draft of the bill also provides a way forward for the severely underfunded program, ensuring that future generations can receive benefits through 2096 by taxing the highest earners in the country. Let me know your thoughts on this. Supporters of this bill, including co-signers Senator Elizabeth Warren and Representative Jan Schawowski and Val Hoyle. Here's another bill that is actually currently sitting in Congress, and so this one would pretty much try to increase and expand essential benefits for Social Security. This one is called the Social Security 2100 Act of 2023. And so here's some of the things that it proposes to change regarding Social Security. So it would increase benefits 2% across the board for all Social Security beneficiaries for the first time in 52 years. This one would also make an improvement to the cost of living adjustment, otherwise known as the COLA, so it actually reflects the inflation experienced by seniors. Now, this one would also improve benefits for widows and widowers for 2-income households, and then also it would end the 5-month waiting period to receive disability benefits. It would also increase benefits by an additional 5% for the most elderly who have been receiving benefits for 15 years or more. So the Social Security 2100 pays for these benefits by ensuring millionaires and billionaires pay their fair share and closing the loophole of avoiding FICA taxes. Here's another bill that is currently sitting in Congress as well. And so this one has pretty much everything to do with assets. I know sometimes individuals go to the Social Security Administration and, they try to apply for benefits, and the assets play a big part into how much they can receive. So the current SSI program punishes disabled and elderly Americans for working, saving for the future, and even like getting married. So this act right here that is called the SSI Savings Penalty Elimination Act by Senator Sherrod Brown aims to hopefully try to resolve this issue. So right now, individuals receiving SSI benefits are limited to $2,000 in assets. And then for married couples, it's actually $3,000. Now, the average current monthly benefit is $585 for individuals. For approximately 60% of recipients, SSI is their only source of income. So the Savings Penalty Elimination Act would raise those caps, which have not been changed since 1984. And that's been a long, long time. So since 1984 to $10,000 for individuals and then $20,000 for married couples, and index them to inflation moving forward. Now, the bill would also significantly improve the lives of millions of people with disabilities and allow SSI beneficiaries to use their own savings to address needed emergencies when they arise. There's also another bill called the Improving Employment Options for DI Beneficiaries Act. So this bill aims to make it easier for Americans with disabilities to apply for the Social Security Disability Program and cut waste in the program by improving vocational data and even eligibility criteria. So to qualify for the Social Security Disability Program, an individual must have no job opportunities available because of their condition. And currently, the list of jobs that are considered available includes the seal hunter industry, nut sorters, dowel inspectors, egg processors, and then elevator operators. And guys, this list was last updated since 1977, so that's a long time as well. This legislation would eliminate obsolete jobs from the job list to reflect the opportunities available in the current national economy. Congress also has some pressure to act or just decide something on what to do regarding Social Securities, since their information is actually showing that the program's trust funds will run out in 2034. So of course there's some pressure on this topic, which leads us to fixing Social Security long-term solvency in 2024. So the latest projections again from Social Security's actuaries show the program's trust funds are due to run out in 2034, at which point 80% of benefits will be payable. Now, if Congress does not act by 2034, the program may be faced with an automatic 20% benefit cut for current beneficiaries. In other words, Social Security will exist after 2034, but retirees will only receive 80% of their full benefits starting then. Now, there are two ways for Congress to solve the current long-term funding issue. The SSIA can either cut benefits for people or increase tax revenue. So cutting benefits could mean reducing benefits for everyone or increasing the full retirement age again. Congress could also pass legislation that would increase tax revenue for the SSA by raising the payroll tax rate or by increasing the Social Security payroll tax income limit. Now, the last time Social Security faced a reserve deficit was in 1983. The solvency issue was resolved through bipartisan legislation that, among other changes, increased the full retirement age from 65 to 67 over time and then charged income tax on Social Security benefits. Now, the sooner you can have Congress come together and come up with some options to address these challenges, the better it is going to be for the American people. This is something that was said by a senior pension fellow at the American Academy of Actuaries. Now, making adjustments now would also give current and future beneficiaries a better idea of what to expect. So again, with the 2024 election quickly approaching, Social Security is going to be a very hot and political topic. So Social Security is often a political lightning rod during election years, and that's the way things are shaping up to be in 2024. Candidates have already staked out positions on how the program should be dealt with ahead of a looming funding shortfall. Now, much of the focus involves the Social Security Old Age and then also Survivors Insurance Trust Fund, which is expected to run out of money within the next decade. Now, solutions to the problem tend to fall in one of the two different camps. One, bolster Social Security through higher taxes, or two, shrink it through benefit cuts and or changes in eligibility requirements. So here are the two different views from two different political parties in terms of how to move forward. So with President Joe Biden approval rating sagging near record lows, some progressive Democrats want the president and other Democratic leaders to revisit Social Security and make expansion of the program, which is going to be a key theme of the 2024 campaign. Now, doing so would be broadly popular with voters. It would also give Biden a chance to bill himself as a protector of Social Security and then his Republican opponent as a threat to the program. On the other hand, former President Donald Trump, the leading Republican presidential candidate, has been a vocal opponent of cutting Social Security benefits. Other Republican candidates have floated different ideas, like, for example, cutting benefits for younger people, or even things like raising the Social Security full retirement age for workers currently in their 20s. And then also they've been throwing out the idea of limiting Social Security and Medicare benefits for the wealthy. And did anyone hear about President Joe Biden's 4-point plan, where he pretty much addressed it, like, was it June, middle of June, to fix Social Security? Here's pretty much the breakdown for that. So, like many lawmakers, President Joe Biden wants to fix, again, Social Security before the program's Old Age and Survivors Insurance Trust runs out of money. So Biden pretty much proposed a 4-point plan to boost the program that would mostly impact high earners and company executives who tend to have much bigger retirement savings accounts than the typical American. So this plan, again, would do the following. So for one, it would tax earned income above $400,000, leaving wages between $160,000 and $400,000 untaxed. So currently, any wages above $160,000 are not taxed. Now, changing also the calculation for determining annual Social Security cost of living adjustments, so they are no longer based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Biden favors basing the COLA on the Consumer Price Index for the elderly. President Joe Biden's 4-point plan would also raise the primary insurance amount age that determines how much money you'll receive in Social Security benefits. Another change would be to raise the special minimum benefit for lifetime lower wage workers to 125% of the federal poverty level for Social Security beneficiaries. In 2023, by the way, the special minimum benefit for someone with 30 years of coverage is $1,033 per month. Now, this could raise this payout to $1,518. Now, another change that we see coming in 2024 would be for Social Security to get a new commissioner. So former Maryland Governor Martin cleared a key hurdle in his nomination to become the next leader of the Social Security Administration. The U.S. Senate Finance Committee voted 17-10 on November 28th to advance O'Malley's nomination to a vote by the full Senate. Now, O'Malley has pledged to improve problems plaguing the administration, from poor employee morale to subpar customer service to errors in payments made to beneficiaries. My role is effective administration, executing the will of the President and Congress, improving services to people. This is something that O'Malley said in response to questioning from Senator Chuck Grassley. Now, the next step for O'Malley is a vote by the full Senate. However, it's not clear yet when that may happen. So there you have it. These are the changes that could happen in 2024. And guys, well, 2024 is going to be an election year, a big election year, I should say, and many politicians are going to make several promises in terms of how to move forward. But really, I want to hear from you. Out of all the bills you heard of today, which one caught your interest? Which one did you like? Let me know in the comment section down below. And so moving on to the payment schedule for Social Security benefits for 2024. For those of you that receive SSI, remember that December 29th is an important date since that is when you can expect to receive your first January 2024 SSI payment. That, of course, is going to be including the 3.2% COLA increase. So 2 checks will be distributed by the Social Security Administration in the month of December. Payments will pretty much go to people qualifying for Social Security income, or otherwise known as SSI benefits. So the first check was issued on Friday, December 1st, and the second goes out 4 weeks later, which would be, again, Friday, December 29th, and of course, it's according to the Social Security Administration. Now, if you receive SSI, you'll get a payment on December 29th with your new benefit amount. Since your first increased payment is scheduled for January 1st, a holiday, you're getting your first 2024 payment early. And so here we have the full schedule of the Social Security benefit payments for 2024. Again, remember that these ones right here with the little circle for February, for example, 1st on a Thursday, that would be your SSI payment. So again, for January, you don't really see a circle here because you're going to be receiving it again on December 29th. And then we also have the squares, which would represent for the actual payment dates for Social Security beneficiaries. And that's going to vary depending on your birth date, right? So you can see here's January, then there's February. You could receive Social Security benefits on either the 14th, the 21st, or the 28th, again, depending on your birthday. Now, remember that also whenever it comes to like a holiday, the payment date could even move. So, for example, we have for December, which normally would be the 11th, the 18th, or the 25th, again, depending on your birthday. But instead of the 25th, since that is a holiday, it's going to be moved over to the 24th. And then for SSI, there's a couple of circumstances too, where they're going to be changing the payment date, or you're going to be receiving 2 benefits on the same month. So for example, for May, you're going to be receiving your benefit on May 1st, which would be a Wednesday. And then also you can see here on the schedule, it says May 31st, but that's going to be your benefit for June, since the first of the month for June falls on a Saturday. So usually they send those benefits out a little earlier. And so that is all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.